Hey guys, welcome back to the Degenerate Disseminators podcast. Today, I'm here with my co host, Mr. Jordan,
Hey guys.
the GOAT himself. And yeah, we're coming at you with some hot picks today. It's going to be a very special day. I want to say Rangers are playing again. So we got a hell of a bet lined up for you.
Oh, of course. The
Um,
Rangers are
so,
playing, it's a good episode.
yes, absolutely. So I guess I'll kick it off. Or actually, I'll just swing the rock to Jordan right off the bat
Yeah,
for some NBA, I assume.
but really quick, we are going to recap Friday's bets. Not the best way to start off the new year and our
Not at
second
all.
our second full month of the podcast. We went
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, went 1-2 on the day, down 1.3 units. So Cavaliers came through though, covering that -6. We got our win there. Hornets Pistons game fizzled out really bad. They were like 10 points ahead of pace at halftime to hit the over of 215, and then they decided to put up a combined total of 25 points in the fourth quarter. And then also the Hornets decided to scratch LaMelo Ball from this game last minute once again. Um, this has happened to us before, but unfortunately this time we couldn't cover. And then
Mm.
Daniel's pick of Senators money line. Yeah,
Bad,
for
bad, very bad. I'm
if you're
sorry,
watching on YouTube,
guys.
you just saw it. If you guys are on Spotify, they lost 4-0. Yeah,
Look at that score. Look at these scores. What is wrong with these teams? They are not consistent at all.
no, not at all. But that's that's just the middle of the pack NHL for you right there, man.
Pretty much.
But anyways, moving into Saturday. Um, once again, only 3 picks. Um, trying to tone down our
And it's
sample sizes here. We're not really trying to bet on stuff we don't need to or don't think is good. But I'm gonna kick it off today. I have one college football bet and then one NBA bet. We'll start with college football first. We're looking at Buffalo taking on Liberty. Um, Let me get the name of the bowl really quick. Um, these bowl, I know you don't really keep up with college football, but there was a bowl game today called the Mayo Bowl, and
I heard about
yeah,
this.
and then the coach that lost got a bunch of mayo dumped on them. But anyways, this is the Bahamas Bowl. I actually know this one. Um, yeah, these teams very friendly to the over. For Buffalo, they've hit. Well, the opening line was at 50. I caught it at 51, but they've hit the opening line of 50 in 5 out of the last 5 games. And on Liberty's side, they've also hit it 4 out of 5 games. So 2 big over teams. Buffalo went 8-4 on the year. Liberty went 8-3. Both pretty solid teams given smaller market schools. I think it's just a fun game, and you know, uh, they've hit it the majority of the last 5, and I think they do it again in the Bahamas Bowl here. So we're taking the over on this game. If you can catch it at 50 points, definitely take it. But unfortunately, I got it at 51. So officially taking the over on the Buffalo Liberty game in the Bahamas Bowl for 1.1 units. And then we're going to be looking at the NBA. We're looking at the Timberwolves versus the Pistons. We just bet on a Pistons game today, and they barely scraped by a Hornets team. They only won by 3, and they didn't even have their best player in LaMelo Ball. I know that the Timberwolves have been pretty underwhelming this year, but definitely much better than the Hornets. I can guarantee you that. Much more of a complete team, and yeah, just not really a good matchup for the Pistons on the second night of a back-to-back. After having a close game with not that good of a team. The Timberwolves are only catching -6, likely due to them underperforming this season. But I think this is a good spot for them to have a decent game here and run the lead up down the stretch the further the game goes on. So we're taking the Timberwolves at -6 at 1.15 units. That's going to be it for Jordan's picks today, and I'm going to toss it over to Daniel for hockey play.
All right, and I'm catching that out of the air. Basically, as I said before, Rangers are playing on Saturday. They're playing the Washington Capitals, all right, the Washington Ovechkins. Kind of an interesting game. If you watched the playoffs last season, you know the Rangers swept the Capitals 4 games to none. Um, and at the time, very exciting stuff for New York. But this season has been a catastrophe for them, to say the least. Jordan pointed out in one of our last episodes how bad their record was. I sent him multiple screenshots of their last like 15 or so games, and they only won, I want to say, about like two of them. So give me the Washington Capitals minus 1.5 at plus 145. I want to say it's a solid bet, especially considering the Capitals beat them 5-3 in their last game, which was in October, so a few months ago, but still recent enough to kind of say that the Capitals got it. As far as side bets go, today we have Alexander Ovechkin at over half a goal. The guy's been a beast. He's on his way to breaking Gretzky's record. Um, his team has been giving him every opportunity they can to score goals, and he's been netting them with 3 goals in his last 5 games. I mean, it's a pretty solid goal scoring record, I want to say, for especially an older guy. And then for my next side bet, this guy flying under the radar. Um, where has he been? Nobody knows. Mr. Missing Zibanejad at under half an assist. And let me check the line on that really quick.
I believe it
It's at
was.
minus 300.
Yeah, I would only recommend taking that if you're gonna like parlay it up with something.
Absolutely.
But it's not gonna
Still a
happen.
very funny bet. Zibanejad, nowhere to be found. And then I wrote this in my notes, but I have a funny thing to mention here. Jonathan Quick has a winning record, and Igor Shesterkin does not. New York just burned $11.5 million, and I don't feel bad for them. Anyways, That's it. That's all I got, and I think that's all our picks for the podcast today. Right?
Yeah, that is gonna do it. Although Daniel did mention that the Capitals minus 1.5 is all the way up at plus 145. We're kind of trying something new, moving in, to the second month of our podcast. We'll kind of sprinkle in some bigger bets on losing nights. Obviously not forcing anything, but being plus 145, this is a pretty easy. You know, it's nothing too crazy, but definitely could make a few extra dollars here and kind of recover from Friday's bets. We are going to be putting one full unit on that, and then
Hmm.
yeah, so 3 picks in play today. Buffalo Liberty game over 51 for 1.1 units in the Bahamas Bowl. Taking the Timberwolves -6 um, on the road in Detroit for 1.15 units. And then for our final pick of the night, this is I would be ecstatic if this one came through for a full unit, but the Capitals -1.5 for 1 unit, and that's gonna bring us to 3.25 units in play for the day. And although we had a pretty bad day, we're still on a pretty decent run in the last week or so. Believe we're 11-4 in our last few episodes. So, we had a bad night.
Pretty solid.
Yeah,
Pretty
we've
solid.
had a bad night, and like I said, the picks that we're giving, if you're playing them, smart, um, pretty sustainable, and I'm not worried at all. It's the first day of the month, and I would love to go 3-0, but hey, a 2-1 night would not be bad either. And
Not at
yeah,
all.
and also I did want to touch on the NFL game. There is one tomorrow. Really quick. I don't have any picks, and in my personal opinion, I think you should stay away from the game. The Ravens are catching 20 points as favorites. Um, that's really high. um, they are playing the Browns. Obviously not a good team, but I could see a lot of the starters getting pulled, especially come to the second half. Maybe give the Browns, a chance to kind of work their way back into the game. If you were gonna bet on anything, I'd look at Derrick Henry because I know he does have some contract incentives he's coming up on to end the year, and you guys will hear obviously on our Sunday episode. But yeah, we're gonna be playing a lot of player props of people who are close to cashing out for some millions. If they just get a few extra yards. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Happy gambling, and we will catch you guys on
Happy New
Sunday.
Year. Woo!
Yeah.